Luke Michael Howard, clinical hypnotist, change worker, and owner of Lukenosis Hypnosis here. So I want to touch upon a subject today that's a little bit sensitive, especially to people like me, men, and that is ED, or erectile dysfunction. It's not something we like to talk about, and oftentimes if we have an issue with it, we'll go to our doctors and we'll be prescribed Viagra or Cialis or some other type of help, pharmaceutical help. Now, recent studies from doctors, medical studies, show us that about 95% of the time, perhaps as high as 97% of the time, men that suffer from erectile dysfunction, it's not a physiological problem, meaning the symptom displays itself as a physiological problem, and you know what that is. But 95% of it is mental, is performance anxiety. That's why hypnosis can be an amazing tool to overcome that. Now, it's an interesting thing because what are we? We're in December now, and over the last 6 months, I've seen quite a few guys for erectile dysfunction, different ages, and so forth. And the interesting thing about them is they had tried Cialis, they had tried Viagra. If they were pleasuring themselves, they had absolutely no issue with maintaining an erection. And in their words, not mine, they were very much attracted to their partner, so it wasn't a lack of attraction. They could maintain an erection if they were pleasuring themselves. But when it came to the act of having sex with their significant other, they just could not maintain it, even though they were loaded up to the gills with Viagra or Cialis. So they found their way to me, which is really interesting because, yes, I absolutely do help guys with this issue, but I don't advertise it anywhere. And the interesting about this is when I get a great result with a guy, the last thing in the world he wants to do is make a video with me saying, hey, I used to not be able to get hard, and then I met Luke and I got hard. And the last thing he wants to do is leave a review for it, and understandably so, because people want to keep their anonymity. Hence why I don't have a ton of testimonials or videos, interviews with clients about that. But yeah, so far I you know, I haven't worked with hundreds of men with erectile dysfunction, you know, if I'm completely honest with you, but so far every man I've ever worked with erectile dysfunction has had it change, meaning he could not only get an erection, but he could maintain that erection with his partner. I just needed to help him get over the performance anxiety of not pleasing his partner, and not maintaining that hardness, not being able to perform to a certain level. And there's some very powerful tools in hypnosis and the work that I do with people, that I do with men specifically in this area, to help them. So performance anxiety, erectile dysfunction, it doesn't need to be a dirty thing. It doesn't need to be a shameful thing. You've got an issue with that. And even though you may be loaded with Viagra and Cialis and that stuff isn't working, and quite frankly, if you are using that stuff and that's the only thing that's helping you maintain your hardness, and you've been diagnosed by a medical professional and they've fully diagnosed you and you haven't got any medical problems, blocked arteries or anything like that, then it's probably not a good thing to be on those ED medications long term, because there's so many side effects. So if you're a guy out there and you want some help not only getting hard but actually maintaining hardness with your partner, I can help you with that. I have a good track record of helping men with that. So if you're interested and you need some help and you want to do something different, then the best thing for you to do is to book a screening call, which is free, which is a 1-hour private chat with me on the telephone, where I can find out a little bit more about you, a little bit more about what brought you to the dance, so to speak, and assess if you'd be a good if you'd be a good client for my program, and then we go from there. So underneath this video, or perhaps above this video, there'll be a link to the screening call. Just click on the link, fill out the quick questionnaire, choose a day and a time, and we will get on the telephone and help to formulate a way for you to overcome your ED, erectile dysfunction. Always believe. Luke from Lukenosis Hypnosis.